So yeah, let's I think we got Ray Joha calling in a little while. Ray Johansson, sorry. I was using his Twitter handle. Um so yeah, you want to talk about Ops Arena for a couple seconds, switch up to another op. We have a lot of ops here that are gave us statements to play, so we're going to talk about them a little before we do it because that's what we're here for today. It's not a big celebration. It's we're trying to make a difference in the world, and that's what the Million Mask March is all about. And personally, I think Ops Arena's a very important op as well because it it um it could change a lot of things within politics and the people in charge, and it could shame a lot of people within NATO and Turkey and even the U.S. and some other countries. If you don't know about Serena Shim, I highly recommend you look her up. You could follow at Operation Serena on Twitter. Her mother's name is at Judith Poe on Twitter. Just give her some support and love. She lost her daughter. She can't even get a report on it. She can't get a condolence. Nobody cares. An American citizen was murdered in Turkey for exposing ties to ISIS with a lot of UN nations, and nobody's talking about it, and it's horrible.
Well, I mean, you've been involved with Opsarena Shim for a long time. So have I. It's something that really caught my attention as soon as I found out about it. And Serena was one of those rare people in media. She was all about discovery. She was all about being an actual bona fide journalist, not some fucking media personality. That's not what she was after at all. She was after doing her craft, being a journalist, investigating, researching, compiling, and finding out the real truth. I mean, Serena had turned down jobs with Western media organizations where she could use her looks and stand there on camera and build a name for herself. And she just wouldn't do that. She wanted to do the real work. And this is the issue about Serena. She was over in the Middle East. She found proof that Turkey was supplying terrorist fighters across the border to Syria in World Food Organization vehicles. She started to report about it for Press TV, which was who she was working for, because obviously if she was working for a Western organization, say CNN or American Press or Reuters, they wouldn't even print this stuff. So she was working on it, and she got word that MIT, Turkish intelligence, was looking for her. They were telling the locals that she couldn't be trusted. She was a spy. And by all reports, all the locals said, you guys are fucked. She's on our side. She's one of the good ones. We trust her more than we trust you, Mr. Intelligence Officer. But Serena was heading back to her hotel from field reporting, and her car was struck by a heavy truck. Her driver, her camera person, Judy Irish, was taken to the closest local hospital, which makes sense. Not Serena. She was taken to a military hospital 45 minutes away, and no one ever saw her alive again. All of her work, all of her evidence, everything she had compiled disappeared that day. It's never been seen again. The circumstances of her death are not clear. The U.S. State Department, despite her being a U.S. citizen, have declined to do anything about Serena's death. I believe that the question was asked in a State Department press conference, and it was given a 20-some second boilerplate answer, and the State Department will refuse to answer any further questions about the death of Serena Shim. Turkey has not done anything, despite them claiming they would. It's been over 2 years now. Nothing's been done. Serena was given a very large, very emotional, very tributary funeral in Lebanon, where she rests now. There are, to this day, posters up of her in Lebanon. She is regarded as a hero. Some of the past shows that Tim and I have been involved with, not only have we talked to Serena's sister, Fatma, her mother, Judith, but also Serena's best friend who works in Lebanese media, Fatah Aloui. I can't remember her name exactly.
Farah.
Yeah,
Farah
yeah,
Al-Toui.
yeah, Farah Atouli. She was very, very passionate about this is wrong. This is so wrong. And, she has said publicly that as Lebanese media, they're all instructed. You don't bring this up. You don't ask about it. You don't report about it. It's just all supposed to go away. But Anonymous chose to get on this case very early, and Anonymous still is and will remain on Op Serena Shim. And sooner or later, the truth will come out. Because, as Tim said, if the truth that she discovered comes out to the world, it has the potential to change an awful lot of things that are going on in the Middle East. And it's obvious that the powers that be simply have no desire for that sort of truth to come out. So, it's an op that's very strong. It's one of the longest ongoing ops right now, and it's not going anywhere. So as far as MIT and NATO and the U.S. government and the Erdogan government go, expect us, motherfuckers. We're here.